Hi, good evening, everybody. I am going to do a little video today. It shouldn't be too long, just on how I pull solds, which will also cover how I delist items. So usually every couple of days, I'll come up here to my workroom and I'll go to all three tabs of selling platforms that I have, and I will see what has sold and I will delist them. Okay, so my first tab that I have is Mercari. Okay, and you can see that I have two solds. Well, I have two solds here. So Mercari has a thing called in progress and then complete. In progress are the listings that the sales are currently in progress, and then these are completed sales. So their website can be like kind of a little bit tricky. It's a little weird. So like even though this says that it's sold, this has already been shipped out, and you'll see that it says it's awaiting the rating from the buyer. We ship these the same day the person bought them. So I will right click and open that in a new tab. Make sure I don't get anybody's personal information in here. Okay. So is that view order maybe? Okay. So here is the pillowcase. It was a West Elm pillowcase. I did a Thanksgiving and Black Friday sale. I did my normal waterfall sale, which is 10, 20, 30%, but just to amp up sales a little bit and in spirit of Black Friday, I also included a 40% off. That was on Poshmark. Then on Mercari, I went to my current listings and I filtered them I sorted from highest number of likes, and I went down all the way for everything that had four or more likers on it, and I sent out offers for like ridiculously cheap on Mercari. And the reason I did that, like a lot of them were 50 to 60% off. And the reason I did that was because on Mercari you get all of the money that it sells for. There's no fees taken out. So for instance, on something like this, I think I originally had it listed for like $28 and or like 25. But the thing is, if I send a 15, 20, 30%, 40% off offer on Poshmark, I would still end up making about this much after all the fees. So because there's no fees on Mercari, I can send out super crazy cheap offers to people because I'm keeping all of that. So I did sell this pillowcase. So what I'll do from here is I'll go over to the Flip app and I'll type in like a keyword like West Elm. And you see here that it was listed on October 7th. At least that's when it was cross-posted onto Mercari. You click Actions, Mark as Sold, and Delist. It's sold on Mercari. Our cost of goods are always $4. It's sold for 12. And that's it for Mercari. There's no marketplace fees, and they paid shipping, so I don't have to pay that. This little toolbar for the recording's getting in the way. I'll put that up here. Mark as sold and delist. And you see it says it delisted it off of Poshmark and off of eBay, so I don't have to go and manually do that. I click OK, and then I have a notepad here that I write down what sold. So I'll just put West Elm pillow. And I just write that really quick, like in shorthand. And if it's something that has a SKU number, then I'll write down the code or the SKU number. And that way I can pull everything from here on my shelves. All of my hard goods are going to be back that way in the closet. So that's all from Mercari. I feel like Poshmark doesn't show addresses, maybe. I think eBay does, so I won't do the eBay ones on camera. I pulled these already. And I always make sure I refresh them, which I did refresh the page right before I started recording. Poshmark doesn't show the addresses, so those will be good to do. Okay, so I go through and I just right click all of these to open them in a new tab. You'll see that this one was canceled, and the reason why was because someone bought it on eBay and Poshmark on the same day, which made me feel bad. But I always stick with Poshmark to cancel because they don't ding you like eBay will. eBay, it'll be negative on your account, like a negative. So I don't cancel off eBay unless I really have to. All right. So now that the 4 solds are pulled up, and I'm sorry, that is very irritating that anytime I try to scroll up Poshmark's um like toolbar up there will pop up. All right, so we see new twist collection. So I'll just type in twist. It's right here. Mark is sold. This sold on Poshmark. And it'll kind of keep in some of these like autofill, like the $4 cost of goods. It sold for 12. And the Poshmark tells you that the fee was $2.95. Sold for 12 and the fee was $2.95. Mark is sold and delist. And it takes it off of Mercari and eBay. And then I click on the skirt and I see here that the skirt is going to be in envelope 202. That's its SKU number. And that's something that I put in every time that I'm cross posting and it gets put into an envelope. Each envelope has the number and then I write that down. So I'll do a couple more. We're very excited that this Pendleton cape finally sold because as you see, that's been on here since December of last year. So it's almost been a year. That sold for 51 with a 10.20 fee. And I can already tell without going to look at it that all of my really big heavy items are in the closet. So I'll just write down Pendleton. And that helps me know when I go to pull solds where I'm going to look for these items. I'll do these last two and then I'll go to actually pull them so my husband can do the shipping. This was J. Crew. It was the XXL. See, and it was black. This one sold on Poshmark, $4. Cost of goods, $25. The fees were $5. And this is an envelope 3. And the last one that I'm going to do on here, the BKE Kate. Okay, Distress 34s. Yes, they sold for 25 with a $5 fee. And you see how fast this goes. So it really doesn't take me long at all to pull solds. Those are in bag 149. Okay. And I will do eBay separately. Here's my consignment page. We've already sold 3 things since we dropped stuff off, so that was pretty good. We sold, oh no, that's okay. That's different. Let me see. We sold a men's Massimo shirt for $225. It was new with tags. I think I had gotten it for my husband probably like 8 years ago. Some new with tags athletic pants that were really cheap. They came from Dollar General. I paid 75 cents, sold for $225. And there was a gray like down-filled pillow, and we don't like the feathers that they stick out and poke you, and that sold for $313. It was just us trying to get rid of some old inventory. And so we have 763. That's not a ton, but it's money for things that otherwise would have gotten donated. So anyway, so now I'll look at my items here. I have the West Elm pillow, the Pendleton coat, and then I have 3 items that are in envelopes. So I will go pull the things out of the closet first, put them to the side, and then I'll go in order because all of my bins are in numerical order. And so I'll go from least, which is the number 3, to the highest. So 3, 149, and 202. I pull those. And then what I do is I will take the item, I will pull it out of the envelope, and I keep the envelope behind my computer so it's ready for the next thing that gets cross-posted. That just takes that number spot. And then I take all the items downstairs and my husband packages them up for me. So I know this is just a short video, but I wanted to give a little behind the scenes of how we pull things that are cross-posted. I hope that helped. And if you have any questions, let me know. Happy Black Friday, and I hope you guys have a great weekend. Bye.